Deadpool button or a belt buckle or something?
Key fob.
Key fob? Very nice, very nice. Very cool, I like it. Everybody, and welcome to From My Mother's Basement, the show that celebrates being a geek. I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
And I've been busy the past couple days, surprisingly.
I've been differently busy, but how have you been busy?
Well, I spent we
didn't see you Friday, which was kind of, we missed you. We really wanted you there on Friday.
I ended up working till like 9 o'clock that night at work.
Oh, man, because we went to a brand new raid. Well, it's not brand new to me anyway.
Okay.
We hit Firelands.
Damn, that would have been nice to go to.
Dude, you totally need to go with us.
All right, I'll go next time. Because I was working late Friday. And then Saturday was very, very expensive because I fixed my car. Catalytic converter is replaced.
Oh, good. So you can come up and visit.
Yes, basically.
Cool.
So I have that now. And then there was today, because I've been hanging out with one of my friends, Will, for recently for a while. And like Michael and I, all the time, we are enablers. We get people hooked into other things.
Speaking of which, I think there's a tournament coming up.
I'm quite sure there is. Because what we were talking about is I wanted to get into it, and I got Michael into it a little bit, which is Weiss Schwarz, the little trading collectible card game where you can use, or the decks are based around your favorite anime series.
Speaking of which, did you get the Miku deck yet?
No, and I'll probably hold off on getting it for a little while because went to a store today. I was, for the most part, all my cards and whatnot, collectibles, I would buy at Hypno up in Ventura. Haven't been in a while. So hanging out with Will, and he's like, yeah, I found this epic Weiss Schwarz place. It's called Desu Nation.
Desu Nation?
Yeah, in Temple City. So I go,
Temple?
We go there. I've heard it before. Talked to the guy. He actually knew our past work, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatnot. Started talking to Weiss Schwarz a bit, played against him a little bit, and kind of bought a few things. You have a Vocaloid deck. I have a Kill La Kill deck.
But it's in Japanese.
Yeah. Because every card, you can go look online and get translations. So you can get...
But that means, does that mean they're going to release Kill La Kill in the U.S.?
Eventually. So I have my English deck, which is sorted out online. I have my Japanese deck, which is Kill La Kill and Phantom. Which apparently, Phantom's that we going back and forth about what decks actually work really well. And Phantom is like one of the top ones out there. So I went to go that way.
His car, believe it or not, his car is a Toyota. Sega fan.
And of course, I needed to get some new covers because I was thinking, okay, I have those basic clear protective sleeves for the cards. I kind of wanted to deck them out a little more.
You suck, sir. Why have you not picked me up a couple packs of those?
And here's the second one for you.
Oh, thank you.
I was this close to picking you up a Bakemonogatari deck. I was this close.
I've been toying with the idea. I really have. Because, I mean, Nikki... because Nikki has to deal with a lot of the tournaments and stuff at the shop, she was getting the opinion. She was just like, you know what? I'm here all the time. I suppose I ought to learn how to play freaking Magic. Which, of course, the minute my son heard about what I'm about to say, he was all explodey happy because he worships that game.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So Nikki and I have starter decks for Magic the Gathering, and Deck Builder Box, and the pre-release for Born of the Gods. So I've got like 2 boxes full of cards over here for Magic, and nobody to play with. So I figure I can't afford to get into a lot of card games because that crap gets expensive quick. But
yes, it does, because we started looking online about, okay, if you want this ultimate deck you can beat almost anybody at any tournament, if you buy them, you have to buy them individually, certain cards. And the total comes out to like $350 for a deck.
Did you get did you get a signature card anywhere in there?
I haven't opened the box yet up for the Phantom ones. I did not get a signed one in the Kill La Kill deck.
Okay, if you get a signature card, those are worth money.
Yeah, he has the place we went to has a slew of them.
And they sell for like $30-40 a pop.
About that, yeah.
They've got the Madoka. They had a couple of the Madoka signed. at Card Attack, which is Hypno's card game shop. And yeah,
Very, very nice. But enough of me and my random shopping bits to keep my hobbies, I don't know, keep in check, or
I have to cut down my hobbies because we're saving to buy a house. So
that's a very big hobby to have, is to have a house.
so I have to be. I'm very selective in what I can spend.
No
these
worries.
days.
But shall we get into the news?
Yes, let's talk about the news.
Let's talk about
what's coming tomorrow. I'm going to preempt number 9 a little bit. Tomorrow, the Michael Seeks a New Phone announcement hits.
Oh, yes.
Unpacking 5. Samsung at Mobile Conference is announcing the new Galaxy S5. 11 o'clock.
So they'll have this... No, they won't have a big fanciful Broadway production this time. They're getting away from that, right?
No, they're making a big deal about it being low-key. Which, I know that sounds oxymoronic when I say it, but their whole big thing... let me pull the... I actually had the page up here. I will send it to you, Jason.
All right.
And you want it in AIM or you want it in...
throw it in AIM.
There's a countdown at basically 11 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific time. They are having Unpackaged 2014, Episode 1. Don't get the Episode 1 thing, but okay.
Most likely, then they'll probably focus on the S5 this time. They'll probably talk about the Note 3 or 4, whatever they're on, next episode. We already know that the revamped Galaxy Gear is going to run Tizen.
Revamped Galaxy Gear is out, yeah. They've already that one's already out, and it pissed off Google because it's not running on Android. It's Tizen. It's on their proprietary OS, Tizen, which has encountered... Samsung's been trying to push out this OS for a while, but they've encountered so many problems with it. They've had tech issues, market penetration issues. They can't get developers on board. And if you can't get any of that crap, you're not going to have a viable OS. But tomorrow at 11 o'clock, probably by tomorrow, depending on what they say, by Tuesday at noon, I may have a new phone. We'll see what happens.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Or they might say, hey, this is a really cool phone coming out in 2017.
Oh, I will be so pissed. They'd be dumb. They'd be dumb to do that, but you're right. There's always a possibility it won't come out till like August. Because Apple likes to do that shit of, here's the new iPhone 5 Jillion with immortality module. You'll see it in 5 months, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If they
but Apple set the stage.
If they showcase it at their own event before they go to the FCC where everything gets, pictured and sent online, they can get ahead of all the leaks.
Well, yes and no, because what Apple did, Apple basically said, hey, here's the new phone. It's all set. Oh, by the way, it's available today, which is what they did with the 5S. So I'm hoping they do it that way.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm hoping. Now that we'll stop preempting and we can go back to the notes.
When did we ever stick to the notes in the first place?
That's true.
Yeah.
I heard about this one. If you're going to start with line 9. I heard about that earlier today, and I don't know what to think about it. I honestly don't.
I don't either. I had no inkling about this happening.
Until I heard about it from Shadar earlier today.
Yeah,
and she stumbled across it, and
yeah,
this comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was watching TV and just looking, ignoring the commercials, and next thing you know, on NBC, here it's called Coming in 2015, Heroes Reborn. I went, wait, we're getting another season? Oh wait, no, it's a reboot of sorts. Wait,
yeah, Reborn kind of says reboot, and I'm like, really? It's not even 5 years old.
I know.
And you're gonna reboot it? What the hell? Taking messages from Japanese anime? What? Come on, anime's done that crap a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I saw Space Dandy, but we'll talk about that later.
Good point. According to NBC, this is going to be a 13-episode miniseries event. Limited run will air in 2015 with all new characters and storylines to appear in a digital series before the new series premieres. So
wait a minute. Reborn is... Okay, let me catch this. That you said this correctly.
Yes.
Reborn is a web series to act as a prologue to a new series?
Yes.
Okay. And it's all new characters, same universe?
Yes.
So they
NBC
saved the
Entertainment
cheerleader and they
president.
saved the world?
Yeah. NBC Entertainment president Jennifer Salk said in an official press release, "We won't rule out the possibility of some of the show's original cast members popping back in from time to time."
I want to see Hero and I want to see Sylar.
Having Sylar back would just be absolutely epic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do like the fact that Tim Kring is actually back to work on producing this. He was actually executive producer on all 79 original episodes of Heroes.
Holy crap, there were 79 episodes?
Yes, there was.
Jeez, I didn't think it was that long. Oh my god.
Now, initially, we heard about the possibility of a new Heroes season that was air exclusively on the Xbox, but apparently that's not going to be the case anymore.
Well, unfortunately, the original Hero. I'm glad they're doing another series. Although have to admit, I'm kind of surprised because in Hollywood, 100 is the magic number.
Yeah.
100 episodes, and you can get really well syndicated. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I was sad to see Heroes go, although season 2, or was it season 2 or season 3? What was the season with the carnival?
3, I want to say.
Okay. Season 3 got weird. I mean, really weird. But I'm glad to see they're going back. I hope they get good writers.
I mean, I see where this is going. They want to come back into this because you have ABC already with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. You have Fox coming in with their Gotham TV series. CW already has Arrow. They have they're also bringing the Flash, which we'll talk about Arrow in a little bit.
I'm curious about Flash.
You also have NBC's already made the announcement they're making a live action series based on Constantine.
Which they announced who's playing Constantine.
Did they? Who?
Yeah. Oh god. I just heard about it earlier today. He's
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Matt Ryan could do a good job.
Yeah, I think he's got potential.
And I think looking at the way his features and whatnot, he probably will fit closer to the original like British type of John Constantine.
Which I'm cool. I'd like to see a blend of the British version and Keanu's version because I like the attitude in Keanu's version, which was more the original Hellblazer style anyway. But so they're going to do this and bring it back.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
I think that could be cool.
It could be cool. I mean, I see all these new series coming out, and I'm like, if you guys
it's a comic party. That's all it is.
It really is. Now, some people may claim, NBC is going to try to go against HBO and Starz, saying they can do a high quality network broadcast. I'm like, no, they won't.
Hellblazer. I mean, with Constant, it's not going to be called Hellblazer.
No, with Heroes.
Oh, with Heroes.
And I'm like, good. No, not going to happen. It might be good. It's not going to anywhere near have the production qualities of, like Game of Thrones or anything like that. But
I don't know. It might. I mean, well, okay. Case in point, you've got Game of Thrones. You've got Vikings. Vikings is, woo. Vikings is Game of Thrones without the sex and dragons.
Yes, very true.
No sex, no boobs, no dragons. But that's basically what it is. It's the broadcast cable. It's the what was it? Basic cable version of Game of Thrones.
Good point. Well, we just mentioned Arrow real quick, and I have to say, HBO in the chat bugged me for a while to get to start watching this, and then I marathoned the first season straight through.
Is it on Netflix? If so, I need to go watch it.
For season 1, and yeah, I think season 1 in its entirety is on Netflix.
Does it go to the point where Captain Jack shows up?
Captain Jack,
he's not Captain Jack.
No, yeah, but that actor plays a pretty significant role in the first season.
Yeah, John. He is in first season. Okay, yeah, because I know John Barrowman's one of the main bad guys.
Well, just for the first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
It's a damn good show. I catch up on it when I can. And a few months ago, they started making waves. expanding the universe, with showcasing the Flash before the Flash gets his own spin-off series on the CW.
Well, it's sort of a way to that makes sense though, because it's a way to establish him as a character.
True.
Now,
Now,
those who don't read the comic books.
very true. And I have to say, they keep on doing a damn good job of picking good characters from DC Comics history to bring into the fold. Like the latest one is going to be the Suicide Squad, which, as you know, is one of my favorite series out there.
Yes, I love Suicide. I love the new 52 version of Suicide Squad. There are a couple characters from the original that are in it in the comic version.
Yep.
But I don't know about this TV version.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who know what the Suicide Squad is, if you've been watching the show, you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It is a group of former or current, depending on what they're doing at the moment, villains that work dangerous black op missions for the U.S. government in exchange for, they claim, shorter prison sentences, but we all know it's either do this now or we kill you.
Yeah, basically, it's a Dirty Dozen. Basically, it's the comic version of Dirty Dozen. It's a bunch of supervillains who are forced to be a special ops, black ops by Waller. But so they brought him into Arrow,
and this is the first shot of how they're going to look, what they're looking like.
The only character I recognize from the comic, well, two of them, is Deadshot
on the right,
who's the one with the eye patch. I like that actress. I like that actress in other stuff I've seen her in.
Cynthia
but
Robertson?
I don't see her as Waller. You know who I see as Waller? Honestly, is the woman who did the voice of Waller in the cartoons. She plays Mrs. Fredericks on Warehouse 13.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
she would be a phenomenal Waller.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Cynthia is going to play that character.
I'm used to her from like Battlestar Galactica or the blind girl on Dark Angel, which is where I first saw her.
Right.
So I don't know that she can play that big of a bitch because let's be honest, Waller is a heartless bitch.
Yes, she is. I know exactly which scenes you're talking about in the comics.
Oh yeah.
The other two people behind Waller is character named Shrapnel, and the one on the left is Bronze Tiger, and you may recognize that face. Well, if you nix the beard and age him back like 15 years,
and burn him badly.
Yes.
Okay, it's Michael Jai White who played Spawn in the horrible live-action Spawn.
I like that one. Come on.
I actually kind of did enjoy it, but I enjoyed Merlin and John Leguizamo more than Spawn himself. He was Black Dynamite.
That's all you have to say. He's a freaking Black Dynamite.
It's freaking Black Dynamite. And I think he's still the voice of Black Dynamite.
He's still the voice of Black Dynamite in the cartoon.
He's also played Jax in the first Mortal Kombat Legacy set. So Michael Jai White's a hell of an actor. He's a hell of a martial artist.
Yep.
So him as the character Bronze Tiger makes sense. But they're missing key characters in the Suicide Squad.
Specifically one key character.
Well, there's a couple, but there's one that's not in there that makes sense, which is King Shark. Okay, I can get why King Shark's not in there. But they're missing Harley. How can you not have frickin' Harley Quinn? She's a key member of the team. I want to see him bring in Harley. Because I want to see who they get to play Harley. For one.
It'll be Tara, whatever the last name is.
Tara Patrick?
No.
I wouldn't. Oh, no. No. That'd be like making Christina Applegate. Actually, Christina Applegate might be able to carry it off. She's done some crazy shit.
Well, actually, I think.
I mean, who would be your Harley?
My Harley?
Yes, I know she was only key in the revision, but no, she was. I don't think she was in the earlier versions either. But in the new 52 Suicide Squad, HBL's pointing out that Harley wasn't in the previous ones.
Right.
As of New 52, which is when I started reading Suicide Squad, Harley's in it. Who are you looking up?
What is the person's name? She's a phenomenal actress. She's done numerous anime roles. She's
Tara Strong?
no, well,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
you
think
wanna
she
see
would do
Twilight
it.
Sparkle as Harley?
Well, now that you
Wait a
mention
minute,
it,
she is Harley. Wait a minute. Holy shit, she actually is Harley. In the animated series, Harley was voiced by Tara Strong.
yes. But the one I'm thinking of that I would love to see play this role, Kari Wahlgren. I think Kari Wahlgren would do a phenomenal job.
I think she's got the mindset for it. I don't know that she's got the look for it.
You can fix that in post.
That's true. That's true. And, you know, a little padding wouldn't hurt, you know?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, Arrow has a lot of cool stuff coming out. They're also claiming they're going to have the one of the biggest fights in television history in an upcoming episode, and they're actually showcasing like behind the scenes of how they're prepping for it.
What, bats versus soups?
No, it's just within Arrow.
Oh.
So it should be pretty entertaining. I don't know if one of the biggest, but that's just marketing.
Who are they putting him up against?
A number of people, like waves of people.
All right. I'll start watching Arrow.
Start watching Arrow.
Damn it.
Another series
Thank you, Netflix.
another series we mentioned briefly with the first article is regarding the Gotham TV series. We actually have some casting confirmations.
Oh, good. Who got
who's
announced?
playing that? So,
Don't you love my speak up? Please tell us.
first off, we have who's going to be playing a young Jim Gordon.
Yeah, who'd they pick?
It is Ben McKenzie. That doesn't sound familiar. Let me bring up a recent picture of him for you. There you go.
Really?
Yeah, so he's going to play young Jim Gordon. This is pre-Batman Gotham City. So everything's really, really back in the day. But I do like this. Apparently, a bunch of the villains are going to be there. Not quite as the villains you know, but, you know, pre...
so we're going to have Jack Napier, Chester Oswald Cobblepot.
Funny you should mention Cobblepot, a.k.a. the Penguin.
Uh-huh.
Penguin has a boss.
Penguin's got a boss?
Mm-hmm. Penguin has a boss who's going to be played by none other than Jada Pinkett Smith.
What? Jada Pinkett Smith is going to be Penguin's boss?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Ooh, sweet.
Yes, her character is going to be named Fish Mooney. She is going to be
Mooney?
Yes, a sadistic
Oh
gangster
my
boss
God.
and nightclub owner. She got
Oh
street
my
smarts
God.
and almost extra sensory abilities to read people like an open book.
Oh, my God.
The person who's going to be playing Cobblepot is a person named Robin Lord Taylor, a newcomer, so you wouldn't recognize that name at all. So
Oh.
they also cast other people for like Barbara Gordon and
Whoa, Barbara Gordon's alive at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Because Barbara Gordon is James Gordon's daughter
Yeah.
who becomes Batgirl.
tried it.
They're fucking with timelines.
Yes, they are.
They're seriously messing with timelines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with this. I mean, it is Fox, so it's quite possible it'll be really good, but Fox won't believe it and cancel it halfway through the first season.
Fox is stupid that way.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Fox is the reason we don't have more Firefly. I mean, stupid.
Yes, that is very stupid. But let's get to... Should we go to our Disney?
Yeah, let's do the obligatory Disney section.
Farm Brothers Basement, we wish was brought to you by Disney.
It may as well be, even though they're not paying us.
Yes. You know, last week we talked about how Disney and Netflix announced that all the Clone Wars in Director's Cut, plus the missing 13 episodes or
That's
so,
the series I was looking for.
is going to be on Netflix coming March or April,
Yes.
or one of them. Very, very soon.
Yeah.
With the reason for this, because they want to push that aside so they can make their own version called Star Wars Rebels. We finally have footage of what these characters look like, this whole new cast. So you can go online, you can search for Star Wars Rebels. There's about 6 or 7 new characters. Each of them have their own video. We're going to showcase one right now, and her name is Sabine, the Explosive Artist. So now we have a hipster Mandalorian.
Yeah, yeah. A hipster Mandalorian that likes to blow shit up.
Yeah.
Hey, chicks with guns. I'm for it.
Yeah, there's several
Bobina
other...
Fett.
Very
It's
nice.
Babs Fett. It's Babs Fett.
There's several other characters. Another one I want to mention real quick. His name is Zeb. He is an alien warrior whose design was actually based off of Chewbacca's original concept. Nothing like you would see the Chewbacca we know and love today.
You have pictures of him?
I can find a picture for you in a bit. But the other nice bit about it is that he's still very intellectual, and he's voiced by Steve Blum.
Okay.
So having Steve Blum in the mix is always a pleasure.
He brings a certain gravitas to the character.
That he does.
He's one of the few English dubber artists that's really, really good.
Mm-hmm. So there's a number out there. You guys can find them. There's about, like I said, 6 or 7 videos. Disney's slowly but surely releasing more and more videos, concept art.
When is the series supposed to debut?
They keep on saying 2014. We're in 2014. Give us a better date.
Do we need to turn my mic up?
A little bit.
You want to do it on your end? Or?
I got it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, that was actually cool news. That wasn't the really cool news.
No, that was not the cool news of this week.
No.
The cool news of this week. Oh, oh man. And the follow-ups to it were awesome.
That they were.
I want to see a movie about a plant or a raccoon and his pet plant.
It sounds a very touching story, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? It
Yes.
just gets you right in the feels.
This is the first official long trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I can't wait. And it's all about the raccoon.
Oh, of course.
It's all about the damn raccoon.
It is all about Rocket.
Although, in that, you got to see, oh, God, I forget the actress's name. Amy Pond. You get to see her with no hair.
Yeah.
She shows up twice in that trailer.
I have to say, she looks really...
I'm impressed.
Yeah. She looks really good.
I had no idea you had that picture queued up. That's funny.
Are you kidding? The first time I watched, I went, hold on, backed up, screenshot.
It's Amelia.
Yeah, she plays the part really, or she looks the part really well, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. There's some minor glitches in the translation of Gamora.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't appear to have the poachy spots on her eyes.
Yeah, but
I mean, there's some minor coloration weird glitches there. What surprised me is who they got as the voice of Rocket. Have you seen the video where he actually says something?
yes, and it was definitely not the voice I was expecting.
I was not expecting them to select Bradley Cooper as the voice of Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we knew about them picking Vin Diesel as Groot, so we get to see his.
I am Groot.
Yes, we get to see his 3-word acting range. How many different ways can you say "I am Groot"? But the one scene with Bradley Cooper talking about doing Rocket was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for this movie to come out.
Yeah.
I will be there.
I now have high expectations for this movie.
Yeah, so do I. Although,
And now I have Hooked on the Feeling stuck in my head.
Yeah, that too. But what kind of bothers me and makes me a little nervous is the one cop. I forget the actor's name, for Christ's sake. He played Dewey Cox in the one thing. He also does all those Will Ferrell movies. he's the one who was reading off the rap sheet, basically.
Oh, John C. Riley.
John C. Riley, who's a very talented actor, an extremely talented comedian, but he's getting near top billing, which kind of scares me, which means he's a key player somehow in the movie.
Especially when you have
I mean, is this whole movie going to be a prison bust? What's going on? They haven't leaked jack about the movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Kevin Pereira did an interview with the director, and he's going to be he released last night. Nikki found it. He released some highlights from his interview with the director, and he's going to be on his Useless podcast this week.
Nice.
So it's uselesspod.com. Hey, Kevin, we're promoting you. Give us money. No. Just kidding. But so there's supposed to be some really cool stuff coming out. And he kept trying to press and find out if the Infinity Gauntlet's going to show up. Because apparently, if you look at the last few Marvel movies, Infinity Gems have been showing up.
Right. They rename it as Infinity Stones, but yeah. I mean, this is all eventually tying into the end of Phase 2, which is Avengers versus, Thanos, and having the Infinity Gauntlet.
I like the fact that they're not mentioning in any of this that Gamora is Thanos' daughter.
Yeah.
You want to talk about someone who's got daddy issues.
Going back to what you were saying just a moment ago about how they had to make some changes for it to be tie-in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It goes back to with John C. Riley. The Nova Corps. Kind of like their version of the Green Lantern Corps. But the Nova Corps doesn't have any, it has a very few humans in it. Yeah. And in this trailer, there's 12 of them. And we haven't even seen...
Well, we don't know that they're humans.
Yeah. Well, we haven't even seen Nova Prime yet, which is going to be played by Glenn Close, of all people.
Yeah. That one tripped me out when they announced that Glenn Close is playing Nova Prime.
That has to be some alien. I could not imagine Glenn Close in just makeup.
That would be kind of funny, though.
So, we shall find out this August, I believe.
Yeah, they're slowly rolling out more and more info.
But yeah. Now I have high expectations for this. And Marvel has a very steep hill to climb because, yes, comic book fans, we are salivating over this.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of America...
Worse than Trek fans, if you're not careful.
and the rest of people who aren't comic book fans out there are going, what's this talking raccoon business? And where's Vin Diesel? They have a lot to explain between now and August.
Yeah, well, that and what's really funny is I'm wondering how many people are going to do the stupid thing and take their kids to see this movie.
Oh, God,
expecting it to, it's got a cute fuzzy raccoon. Ignoring the fact that Fuzzy Raccoon's, catchphrase is, boom, murdered you. I mean, I expect to see a situation remember when the South Park movie came out?
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw it, the day it came out, I think, or the weekend it came out. And we instantly spotted the couple who snuck their kids into the movie because they showed in after the trailers. They were looking around also. They snuck in, sat their kids down to watch the movie, expecting it to be a kids movie. Yeah, that lasted all the way through. What would Brian Boitano do? Or no, I'm sorry. Shut your effing face, Uncle Effer. I don't think it even got that far. Was the Brian Boitano song after that or before that? I forget the order. But it was they didn't even make it through the first song before they're covering the kid's mouth and eyes or ears and eyes and dragging them out of there, running. I expect to see some of that with people expecting Raccoon. If they expect Rocket to be just a sweet, lovable little guy, hell no.
Especially when the first words we heard out of Rocket's voice now is, "This is our booty."
Exactly. And he's got a big-ass gun. Total side trip for you.
All right, good times. I
want some of this. You really, really do. It'll make
I've had that before.
Cooler.
Yes. I saw those.
You found a bunch of it in the fridge at the shop.
Makes you 20% cooler.
Makes you 20% cooler. While energizing you, I think. Is it an energy or is it just a fizzy soda?
It's some energy stuff built into it. It's a I forget the name of the company that makes them, but they do ones for not only My Little Pony but also Super Mario Brothers and
so it's a Project tie-in drink.
Yeah,
that's about
exactly. If you really wanted to, we could have from my mother's basement's energy drinks.
God, no. No. I remember what you guys went through on AX Live when you did that. Energy drink a week? That was an adventure.
Popsicle. Anyways.
That was the one that I watched. That was the one that was worth watching in my mind.
Yeah, it was hilarious. All right.
That was hilarious.
So, I want to talk about Google real quick because Google is fracking everywhere.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Yes, and in the depths of their skunk works, they keep on coming out with some really cool ideas. One of the latest ones being Google Glass. Well, they finally released a taste of something else they're working on. Say hello to Project Tango.
I don't know that I agree with Sega Fan about it being classified as a Wiimote, but it definitely opens up the world for ARG.
It really does. And when you think about it, we already have some bits of technology like that already into our normal everyday lifestyle. For example, like Microsoft's Kinect sensor.
Right, but Kinect isn't portable. It's easily portable.
True. I mean, like, here's a look real quick of one of the partner companies for Google for this project called Matterport. This is a quick 3D map of a room that they used one of the phones. It would recognize depth and space and everything. You would think you would require a pretty powerful camera for this. Yes, the quality would get better with the higher resolution camera, but these dev kits only come with the 4 megapixel sensor.
For a basic setup, that's all you really need.
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me about it, and it's not that I'm trying to find a negative in there, it's just something that scares me. Mm-hmm. Privacy.
Oh, yeah. There's always going to be
You have to be able to turn it off. You have to be able to... Because right now, any smartphone out there, there's a way to turn it on remotely.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want the government knowing the layout of my house. I don't want them to know where my guns are kept. I don't want them to know where maybe I've got I don't want them to know I've got a high-tech love doll set up in the corner. I don't, by the way. I don't have that kind of money. And not to mention Nikki would kill me. But my point is, they don't need to know shit like this.
A couple steps there to explain that.
She's in earshot, so I had to cover it.
Okay, there you go.
Even if I did have shit like that, the government doesn't need to know it. Mm. And that's the only fear I've got in something like this, is privacy issues.
Well,
referencing the Matrix is not a bad idea, or not a bad point, which is Sega Fan mentions, because you can basically, if this all gets sucked into the cloud somewhere, which it will, because Google likes to keep everything.
Yes, it does.
This could very easily build a virtual... You get enough people with these things, Google Maps will have nothing on this. Mm-hmm. So I think it's got potentials to go either way.
And not to mention, you could easily see Google, once this is integrated into actual consumer-grade smartphones going out there, what's stopping Google from saying, we've noticed you have these games, or you have this type of television in your room. What if you like to upgrade it? Here's an ad that pops up on your phone every time you walk past it.
Well, yeah, there's hey, do you want to upgrade your TV? There's my Yowie is not safe then. No, your Yowie would not be safe,
No,
Gabby.
it would not.
It's something that, these are concerns that are going to have to be worked out. And given the big hit that net neutrality's been taking, you may laugh at me for trying to tie this into net neutrality at all, but...
No, you make a very valid point.
There's a lot of freaking data this thing could be throwing out. Mm-hmm. I think it could be really, really cool. I think it could be really, really scary. I'm hoping for really, really cool.
I agree with you completely.
Let's get us one of those dev kits. Make the call.
Yeah, I'll be right on it right after I get us both some Google glasses.
No, I'll take that over the glass. That has better resolution.
All right, Michael. Well, you, the other day ago, linked me a YouTube video. And then another one. And then another one. And then I saw...
And then a whole series.
Yes. What is this, Michael? So please tell me.
This is... Okay, so back in 2009, shortly after the Batman Returns... Was it Batman Returns? The Heath Ledger movie, the Joker movie.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. So right after Dark Knight came out, there was these guys, these filmmakers and students in Hollywood who, one of the guys, they got it. What happened was, it started out as they dressed. The curse of living next to across the street from a retirement home is, we get a lot of that. Anyway, so when they went to see the movie, they found out what all the characters looked like, and they all dressed up accordingly.
Yep.
So the guy who dressed up as the Joker kind of freaked people, just like Heath Ledger. And that kind of gave him an idea. So what they did is they did a project, I want to say 18 episode or so. No, it's more than that. 27 episode. 27 episode mini series, if you will, of webisodes called the Joker Blogs, where it starts out with Dr. Quinzel, aka Harleen, aka Harlequin, eventually. Starts out doing an interview, and it's set in that universe to the point, and it starts working out the relationship between Joker and Harley, and that building up. And they bring in a guy at one point. Dr. Crane shows up, aka Scarecrow.
Nice.
And they got a guy who looks not unlike the actor. He's got that very pretty boy look to him. And he was really good at the role. And these are like 5-10 minute episodes, and there's a lot of, Jeremiah Arkham shows up, Lex Luthor shows up at one point towards the end. And they did a whole season of it from the period of about, I want to say, October, November of 2009 through 2010. Then it kind of went quiet. Mm-hmm. And if your phone's going to say approved, run like hell. Nice. Then it kind of went by the wayside. You can find it at jokerblogs.com. And then apparently they did a season 2 that started last December.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they basically crowdsourced it. Mm-hmm. And it's surprisingly well written, decently acted, at least for the key characters. Some of your side characters are kind of lame, and you can tell it's a guerrilla filmmaking, fan-made thing. But the writing's actually really good. And the guy who does Joker, he's got Heath Ledger's Joker spot on.
Nice.
He's really good. And they started a season 2. They're up to 4 episodes now, I want to say. Mm-hmm. I just watched the last one came out a couple weeks ago, and I've watched it. So there are like 4 episodes of this season out so far. I strongly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's a little disturbing, it's a mind fuck, but it's Joker. What do you expect?
Exactly.
And it's the Heath Ledger version of the Joker,
which is probably the most dangerous out of all of them.
And what's really cool is he doesn't rely on the tropes. He does not rely on why so serious. In fact, I don't think he says it in the entire run. He does, however, the thing about explaining how he got his scars. He does it like 4 different times in the movie.
Right. And
each one's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
He only does that once. And the one they came up with was actually really good. But it's I can't describe it other than I really enjoyed it. And if you're a Joker fan, if you're a DC fan, and you're a Heath Ledger fan, definitely check it out. It's jokerblogs.com. Links to it. They're on the YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. Totally check it out. Definitely enjoy it. If we can find a way to get this guy on as a guest, that would be epic. I'd love to pick his brain as to what he came up with.
Cool. Will do. Well, it kind of ties into how we usually wrap things up, Michael. Aside from the Joker blogs,
what have I been watching? The Joker blogs. I marathoned that the other day. Mm-hmm. I also, 2 things. One anime, one not. I saw my first episode of Space Dandy last night. The ships look like they came out of Outlaw Star. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that they can turn around a decent dub in what they're like 48-hour release time, right?
It's something like that. Yeah.
It airs in Japan, and then the next day it airs in the States, right?
No, same day.
Same day. Oh, same day.
Yeah.
So that means that the U.S. has got to be getting it at least 24 hours to 48 hours ahead.
Yes. Funimation paid buku bucks for this.
Is it Funimation? Because it's showing as Namco Bandai.
It's funny.
It is funny?
Funny has the dub.
I'm impressed. Funny did a decent job on it. This episode was a totally in the fields episode. Mm-hmm. It was kind of unusual. I'm curious. I thought the thing with
Did you see the cameo in the first part?
In the first part?
The first part of that episode. About a certain fridge.
I saw the
that
fridge.
meow was looking into a fridge thinking, oh, there's food in there, opens it up, and this blob starts chasing him all over the place.
The blue stuff, yeah.
Yeah. That fridge design reminds you of anything?
No, I'm sorry.
A certain episode from Cowboy Bebop called Toys in the Attic.
Oh, it was the Bebop.
As far as I could tell, it was the Bebop fridge, and the alien was still living inside of it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, the idea that that's Leica I thought was a bit weird, but it was interesting.
Go to Funimation.com. They have all the previous episodes in both English and Japanese.
I'll have to check it.
And last night was the first time they actually aired with the Japanese intro. So that was actually quite
Which nice. I thought was really cool. Yeah. I find it funny that they're doing the classic New Tech font.
Oh, yeah.
With the gold outline with the blue and green, or the blue to silver pan. I like that going, holy crap, I had that I was playing with that in Lightwave back in 95. What the hell? It was a fun show. I thought it was amusing. I'm willing to see more of it. The other thing we watched was, because we've heard good things about it, Nikki suggested it, so we went on Netflix and we caught season 1, ep 1 of Ripper Street.
Oh, the BBC America.
Yeah, but it's on all of season 1's on Netflix.
Nice. Good to know.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Watch it. Oh my goodness. The first episode, apparently, because they started to run this season 2 ep 1 aired last night on BBC America. We didn't want to spoil it, so we didn't watch it.
Right.
But I mean, the time frame they're in, they're tying in a lot of stuff. Like John Merrick shows up, aka the Elephant Man. Mm-hmm. He's in season 2, ep 1, and becomes a kind of important character in season 2, ep 2. But in ep 1, thank you, boobies. Space Dandy's not too perverted that I could see anyway.
You haven't seen Space Dandy then.
Apparently, I haven't seen enough of Space Dandy. But the writing is stellar. The acting is really good for the most part. The whole... There's a weird twist in the main inspector that I'm curious about. If you get a chance, catch it, and we can talk about it after. It's definitely worth going out of your way to watch.
Okay, fair enough.
And since it's on Netflix, they don't edit the boobs out because
okay,
it's a BBC series. BBC doesn't give a shit about boobs.
Yeah,
so they're there, but they don't make a big deal about it.
Good point. All right, I will give it a shot.
What about you? What have you been watching?
Have you caught up on Kill la Kill yet?
No, I have not caught up on Kill la Kill. I know.
Catch up on Kill la Kill.
I need to catch up.
So I can talk about that.
How many episodes behind am
I? They're on episode 19 now.
So season 1 ended. Scissor Girl was what? Episode 14?
Something like that. 13, I think.
Okay. I'll have to go back and catch up. So I need to catch up on that. I need to catch up on Space Dandy.
For me, aside from my random anime binges, as we were talking about before, there's actually a TV series that I am surprised I'm actually watching now on a regular basis. They impressed me throughout this entire first week. And that is The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
I have been I like Jimmy Fallon before, so I haven't watched it every night, but I've gone out of my way to watch the first couple episodes the day after on Hulu. And I thought episode 1 was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. The whole $100
Especially when Stephen Colbert showed up.
Welcome to 11:30,
11:30, bitch! That was pretty damn funny.
Um, what was it? Yeah, it's every episode has so far. I mean, yes, it's the first week, so you pull out all the stops. It was enjoyable. Like Friday's episode, it was all Justin Timberlake. He comes on, and they did another version of another episode of the history of rap.
Oh hell, I have to go find that.
They just jumped right into it.
That's good.
He brought back the thank you notes.
Well, see, that's what I like is they kind of like he brought stuff from his show,
Yeah,
too, and well, Conan did some of that, but what he could get away with, but
very true.
that's what I like about it, and I think what's going to keep Jimmy going, and it's something I saw. I forget where I originally saw it, but I thought about it, and it's true. The reason Jimmy is so successful in his show, stars don't come on his show so much to be interviewed. I mean, yeah, they're there to plug a movie a little bit, but
Right.
they come on his show to play.
Yeah, and you look at it from Jay Leno. Jay Leno, they go on there, they interview, they plug their movie, they talk about a spiel or something like that, and that's it. With Jimmy, the same what he did with Late Night was, it wasn't more so about the ratings for that night. It was the YouTube hits the next morning for all the skits they do.
Yeah, and they do all that crap for fun.
I mean, hell, on Thursday he had Michelle Obama on to do
did he?
like a Saturday Night Live style skit
Nice.
where she was talking like she was like a 14-year-old teenager, going ew. It was like,
Wow, I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah, it was like.
The thing that I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was pleasantly surprised by it because there are very few shows on TV that I actually DVR so I can watch. At Midnight being one of them, and now it's Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
I think that what's going to keep Jimmy going and what has made him such a success, aside from he gets all the stars because they want to come play, and he's got his unbridled enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing this effectively the same show, not the same show as in repetitive, but I mean the Late Night with Jimmy Fallon was basically Tonight Show format in a later slot.
Yeah.
And what we've basically got now is we've got Late Night with Jimmy Fallon is now Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. All they did was change the name in the studio. It's all the same people. He kept the roots. He's got everything else, and it's his unbridled enthusiasm that keeps him going. He's like a little kid in a candy shop, and he just keeps having fun with it.
Yeah, even back in the day when he was doing Saturday Night Live stuff, he was the comic that everyone knew that he couldn't keep a straight face during a skit.
Because he was having such a good time.
Exactly.
And that, I think, is what's going to keep him. If he can, as long as he can maintain that, he'll be awesome.
Yes. So that's pretty much what
But he
I've
brought
been
back
watching.
thank you notes. I gotta see his first Tonight Show thank you notes.
It was good. It was damn good. All right, everybody. Well, that wraps it up as always. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. Stay tuned for post show. Put your suggestions in for Moment of Zen in chat right now, so we can get those things going.
I'm suggesting episode 1 of Joker Blogs. Try that shit out.
Joker Blogs. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. You can catch us every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, for From My Mother's Basement, I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
We'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.